This cookie has only 120 calories. At least I think so. Let me check the label. See? Here it is. 120 calories per serving. Wait a second, what is this asterisk right here? Hold up, let's look at it from the backside. What? What do you mean one serving of this cookie is just 1/4? Who in their right mind came up with this? Oh, so the whole cookie is not 120 calories. It's 480 Ah yes, good old Americans and their amazing serving size system. That definitely isn't used to just confuse the living hell out of the customer, huh? Well, if you live in the US or in some other country that shows everything by serving sizes, you need to be really careful. Because as I have shown you with the cookie example, there is just so much tomfoolery going around. When the product promises a calorie number that seems way too good and it has this small little asterisk next to it, you better find what it says and read it very carefully. Because the food manufacturers will do anything in their power to deceive you. And if you are not careful, your calorie deficit can disappear very quickly, and you wouldn't even know why. And suddenly, your diet is ruined. The craziest example of this serving size manipulation is with butter spray, which I have actually already talked about in one of my previous videos. So here is a quick recap for you. Normally, 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So you would expect this 226 gram bottle of butter spray to be around 2000 calories, right? Thankfully, due to the amazing serving size system, this bottle of pure fat is now 0 calories. Yay! No. I'm just kidding. Thanks to a loophole in regulation which says that if a serving is less than 5 calories, they can legally say that it's 0 calories. So the manufacturers just make the serving so tiny that they can fit it into less than 5 calories. That's why there is 1130 damn servings, which will just never stop blowing my mind that this is legal. If you are unaware of this and you use these sprays thinking that they are 0 calories and you just spray everything with it, then you can't act surprised that instead of losing weight, you are gaining weight. And there is one more nasty trick that you can see all over the world, which is most commonly seen in dairy products, but this trick is used pretty much all over the place. The trick is that the label says that the product is fat-free. Which is true, but what they don't tell you is that they took out the fat but then replaced it with sugar to actually make the product taste good. So you think that you are getting a healthy, low-fat product, but you are just eating a sugar bomb instead. So always check the nutrition label, no matter what it says on the front. We can definitely agree that the serving size system leaves a lot to be desired. And that the system that is being used in the EU and some other countries is much better, as they need to show the nutritional value per 100 grams, so it's much more transparent. And while it seems more transparent, that is not going to stop people from trying to fool you. So let me share with you some of my favorites. The funniest one I encountered in the store is the labels of some protein bars, where instead of showing the protein amount that the protein bar has, they just put the percentage instead. But they really make sure that the percentage symbol is either really small or hard to see. So when it shows 25% protein and you are not really paying attention, you might think, oh wow, 25 grams of protein, that's nice. But then you double check it and you notice the percentage symbol. And then you see that the protein bar itself is like 40 grams. And once you realize how little 25% of 40 grams is, you burst out laughing and you put it right back on the shelf. The other product I find really hilarious in the way the packaging is made is granola. They love to put all the buzzwords on the packaging like gluten-free, non-GMO, all-natural, made with real ingredients, etc. to make it more appealing to people who want to be health conscious but have no knowledge of what it actually means to eat healthy. And the companies making these products know this very, very well, as their whole business strategy revolves around just selling the illusion of a healthy product. But in reality, it's just a bunch of sugar and unhealthy fats. And I really wouldn't be surprised if you told me, yeah, my mom buys something like that every week because she thinks it's healthy. See, the fact that the front side of the package says it's healthy or tries to look healthy doesn't actually make it healthy. All these ridiculous claims is kind of what makes it hilarious, because most of these words don't even mean anything. Like, what do you mean it's made with real ingredients? What does it mean that it's all natural? Because all these claims don't really have any clear legal definition. You can pretty much put these claims on anything you want. Hey dude, why do you have this barrel of rat poison in your kitchen? I don't know. I just didn't have enough space elsewhere. And it said that it was all natural and made with real ingredients, so I figured it would be fine. Ah. Interesting. So the takeaway should be that you should always read the nutrition label carefully, because it can completely ruin your diet without you even knowing why. And if you would like to avoid similar situations in the future, I would highly recommend you check out my nutrition plans. No matter if you want to bulk up, cut down or just maintain, I got exactly what you need. It's basically a step-by-step guide that will take your hand and help you build your perfect diet. And you will never have to worry about ruining your diet for some unknown reason, as I have included everything that I have learned in the 10 plus years of being in the bodybuilding game. So if that sounds good, check the first link in the description. The other situation where most of the people are bleeding calories is when they weigh their food. If you are not really experienced in the realm of nutrition, that is something that might have never even crossed your mind, but the difference can be really big. Pretty much all the nutrition tracking apps always let you choose exactly how you want to weigh the food, meaning that you can choose if you want to measure in a cooked or an uncooked state. Take rice for example, and look how different the macros are for cooked versus uncooked. The difference is just massive. Imagine that you count the calories of cooked rice, but you are actually weighing uncooked rice. So you think to yourself, okay, I'm gonna have 200 grams of rice, that's only like 260 calories, cool. But in reality, that's like 730 calories instead, because you are using the wrong nutrition facts. And suddenly that 500 calorie deficit that you set for your diet in order to lose weight is gone. And guess what? That means no more weight loss for you. It's crazy how small things like that can instantly ruin everything. And I feel like it's pretty obvious, but this applies to basically any food that you cook. Doesn't matter if it's rice, meat, potatoes, pasta or whatever else. You need to pay close attention to if it says cooked or uncooked. By now you would think that there can't be any more hidden traps that just ruin your diet. But there is. And it's actually really common, so I'm like 99% sure that you are guilty of this mistake that is just ruining your dieting progress. That mistake is just eyeballing various condiments and sauces, and most crucially, eyeballing oil. That's where you are most definitely bleeding hundreds of calories if you are not measuring the amount at all. See, just 1 tablespoon of oil is 120 calories. And when you bust out the cooking pan and start eyeballing it, do you think that you will be able to get just 1 tablespoon in there? And let's be honest, the answer is most definitely no. Even I would say that I'm generally pretty good at eyeballing stuff because I have been doing it for so many years, but when it comes to using oil, just don't be lazy and use a spoon. Even if you go over your desired amount just a little bit each time, this is very much a compounding effect. So you might not see the difference right away, but as we all know, your weight loss journey is a marathon, not a sprint. And even if you saved just like 60 calories per day by not eyeballing everything, in a month that's 1800 calories. And in order to burn 1 pound of fat, you need to burn 3500 calories. So you can basically get rid of an additional pound of fat in 2 months just by using a spoon. That sounds like a pretty good deal if you ask me. Sure, eyeballing is pretty convenient, and if you do it with some low-calorie sauces etc., it will be completely fine. But when it comes to oil or even peanut butter, it's always good to measure precisely, as the calories can sneak up on you really quickly. To make sure that your diet doesn't get ruined for some unknown reason in the future, always pay close attention to the nutrition label and to the actual serving size. And then actually weigh out the amount of food that you will use. No more guesswork. So if you are watching this video right now and you don't even have a kitchen scale at home, what are you doing? Go buy it right now. Because without being able to properly weigh your food, losing weight is basically impossible. Wow, look at this beauty. Go check it out.